I see y'all there, Mama. It's like, welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Yeah, I see y'all there. If you're new here, my name is Perfectly Pretty. Hey, guys, like, share, and subscribe, please. And thank you. And as always, thank you guys who have been here with me from the start or whenever you joined in. Thank you so much for your support. I love you. I mean, it is what it is. So guys, this week has been great. We are still doing everything we can to lose weight. We're working out. We have cut out sweets, which is kind of hard because I miss desserts. Unsweetened tea. Gross. Anyway, and we're just trying, like I said, to lose a couple of pounds, to go forward with the next step in our fertility journey. We are praying, though, that all is well and all is well with us and everything will work out for our highest good. And out of this, only good will come. We are praying that prayer diligently, and we ask that you guys pray that prayer for us and with us as well. Thank you. So anyway, so guys, this week, I don't want to keep y'all, I know y'all have lives, y'all have things to do. Some of y'all just want to see what's going on with me because you're nosy. I mean, no, not nosy, but what other word is it? Y'all just curious. That's what it is. Y'all just curious. Anyway, so I just want to talk to you guys today about marriage and your marriage relationship. And I know I did relationships in general last week. If you guys were paying attention, check out my little alright book shirt. Anyway, if y'all were paying attention, yeah, I talked about general relationships, all relationships. So last week, this week, I want to talk about your relationship with your spouse. So guys, if you recall, I said relationships take work. That includes marriage. When I tell you, sometimes being married ain't easy. It is not easy. Coming from a girl that's only been married for 5 years. Speaking of 5 years, they wear my 5-year ring. Nothing to say, So, 5 years ago, when Brian proposed, yeah, guys, I'm married. I'm off the market. Deal with it. 5 years ago, when Brian proposed, we didn't have any money. We were poor people. Okay, we weren't poor. We were rich in grace. Amen. We only had each other and our 2-bedroom apartment. Hey, look at that. We're still here. But listen, guys, we weren't the richest people, and Brian, he wasn't about to run out and try to get some expensive, extravagant ring where, like, we would have been making payments on it or, like, we couldn't afford it. Like, bottom line in the story, what? So I said, okay, that's fine, but in 5 years, I want my upgrade. I want my dream ring. I want my upgrade. Most of y'all do 10 years. Some people do 2. I don't know. I don't care. I don't judge y'all. Don't judge me. Anyway, so it's time. It's time for my ring upgrade, and I am excited. I have been looking at rings, but I can't really make a choice of ring style I like. I know I like the halo style, so I'm sticking with that, but it's so many beautiful possibilities. I can't just pick one. Maybe I'll have 3 new rings. Yeah, that sounds nice. Okay, I'm playing, but I can't really pick. So guys, if you have some ideas, like, share it with me. Drop a pic of your engagement ring or your bridal set or whatever, and let me see it. Let me check it out. Give me some ideas, please. Or if you just have some ideas and you're not engaged and you always been looking at rings because you're a girly girl and you really like to look for jewelry, like engagement rings, just in case that day comes sooner than later, hit me up too. But I am waiting patiently, of course, for my new ring, which I hope will be here soon. Hint, hint. Hint, hint! He's trying to act like he don't hear me. But yeah, that's him behind the camera, guys. I'm talking to him. Uh-huh. So anyway, marriage is hard. And it's not hard as in every 5 seconds where you like, this is it. I'm getting divorced. I can't. We don't even use that word. Don't use that word. Don't use that word. But I just want to tell you, like, it's a process. First of all, let me tell you guys something. You're going from, in my case, I lived with my parents. Yeah, my parent. My dad. Yeah, maybe. I guess. I lived with my dad until Brian and I decided to move in with each other after my dad, like, he was like, you got to get out. You got to go. He put me out. Yeah, he put me out. Gosh, what did I do? I don't even remember, but he did. He did. It was crazy. So anyway, so Brian and I moved in with each other, and it was okay, you know, fine. I think we lived together maybe a year before he proposed. Anyway, so cohabitating with someone is very difficult, guys. Period. I don't care. Your best friend, your sister, your cousin, your plant, your dog, your unsweet iced tea with lemon. Sometimes it's hard to share space with people. It is. So, compromise is a word that we all hate, but we got to get used to it, especially if you're in a relationship, in a stable relationship like a marriage. You got to make it work. Ain't no divorce. Ain't no buts about it. You got to make it work. So, that's not really what I'm going to talk about. Like, cohabitation with Brian is pretty easy. He's a kind of relaxed guy. Of course, I had to, like, pluck it out of him because, woo, when I tried to move a pillow, he was not having it. Now, he don't care what I do with the house. I mean, I can paint the whole entire apartment pink, and he would come home like, as long as you're happy, babe. I'm talking about the real difficult stuff. I'm talking about communication. That is that's an ongoing struggle. Especially because I am expressive, I am talkative, and Brian, he don't have a lot of words to say. Right, babe? Crickets. He don't have a lot of words to say, and that's okay, you know, sometimes, because I accept that. That's just the type of man that I married. I love him anyway. Me, I'm very expressive. I'm expressive in words, poetry, gifts. I'm just that type of person, whereas he's not. But I think it is important that because we're so opposite and so different, I think it's very important for us to know how to communicate with each other. And although we sometimes struggle and we get it wrong, I think the most important part is knowing that there's work to be done. All right? You can't just get frustrated and be like, I'm done with this. That's it. We can't talk. Peace. I'm leaving. Bye. I'm going to my friend's house. In my case, my friend lives with me, so I'm going to my friend's room. But it's cool. Anyway, so I think like that's a hurdle that we're still working on. But I just want to give you guys some tips. Listen with understanding. Don't listen to talk. Don't listen to reply to the person. Listen with understanding. If you don't have anything to say right then and there, then don't say it. If you're too angry to talk about it, don't talk about it yet. Don't do it. Wait. Wait till you calm down. Wait till your words are together, your thoughts are together, because you can't take back words. If you say something to a person, your spouse, that causes them to be sad or hurt or cut by your words, you can't take that back. No matter how much you apologize, it's still going to be on their mind. every time they think about the situation. It might, get better in time, but guys, just be careful what you say to each other, because, like, no, I do not demean my husband. I don't talk down to him. I don't talk at him. I don't do any of that. Like, I try to build him up, and I try to be understanding, and I try to be, I try to understand his form of communication, his way of talking to me, or his way of doing things before I get offended because he don't do things my way, or the things that I think he should do, or the things that I want him to do. I try to get, an understanding of him and his personality. Also, a little bit of frustration comes in when you tell your husband, aka my husband, to do something and it's good for them. So I'm going to use the example, like, drink more water, don't drink soda. If I tell you and explain to you, like, this is better for you, so you should do this, you shouldn't be fighting me about it. But I understand. Like, I'm not your mom. I'm not the boss of you. I can't tell you what to do all the time. But, I mean, as far as communication goes, like, I feel like we are from separate worlds. And in order to come together, we have to try purposefully. We have to try to listen purposefully. We have to try to communicate with understanding. So that's all I'm going to say for that. The other thing is just trying to keep things awesome, we only been dating, only been married for 5 years. I know to some of you guys, we got a baby marriage. Our marriage is only a 5-year-old toddler, just starting grade school, if you will. But I do find that I am more of the romantic in my marriage. And for me, I love romance. I get happy thinking about romantic happiness. I get happy just thinking about, romantic evenings for two, romantic dinners, romantic everything. Everything is romantic. Like, I love it. Give me a romantic surprise. Give me a goofy surprise. Give me a surprise. I don't care. I love it, and I think it's necessary because that's one of my love languages. So, but for me, Brian isn't really that romantic. Now that I think about it, he's not good at it, guys. He's not. So I'll make the romantic dinner. I'll make the date night. I'll make the beautiful cards, and I'm very creative too. Brian is creative. I feel like Brian's very creative. He's giving me the stink eye right now. You're not romantic. Don't look at me like that. You. Anyway, so I'm, like I said, I'm very creative. Like, I do little things, like little booklets of coupons, little things to help our romance, because that's what I'm into. I love it. Whereas Brian, he's just like, okay, I'll have date night with you. He don't pre-plan things. Even like for my birthday, that was him. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Even like for my birthday, like, he's kind of not a planner. He's like a last minute type of person. And even still, like for big holidays, Valentine's Day, Christmas, birthdays, he has it down. But he's just not spontaneous. He don't come home with a gift like, here, babe, just because I love you. Or, here, let's have a date night just because, whatever. I kind of do that stuff. And most of the time I don't hold it against him, because when I do, plan something, he's very attentive and understanding about it. And he tries his best to, give me the romantic day that I want. Thanks, babe. Other than that, I think it's important. Date nights, connecting. I don't care if you have 12,892 children or you have a busy life. you're a surgeon and he is an anesthesiologist. I don't care what you guys do. I think making time for each other is important because, I mean, what's a marriage without time? And I always tell this to Brian, and this might not pertain to you guys, but I don't need Louis Vuitton bags, even though I want one. Please, thanks! I don't need Louis. I don't want a Louis Vuitton purse if it means that you gotta work 3 doubles, do backflips out of a moving vehicle, and gotta stay the night in Arkansas for 3 days. Like, I don't want a huge, ridiculously expensive house if that means that you got to work like a crazy person and keep it up, or work like a crazy person to have that kind of stuff. I value time and togetherness. And my idea of happiness is just that, like spending time with my husband, being home, just doing absolutely nothing together or doing something together, but not allowing things like work and children, although we don't have them yet, you know, run our lives. I think it's important to make time. And that's the biggest thing. Like the family vacation that I had a couple of weeks ago, listen, I wanted to spend time with my family. Like COVID kept us apart for so long. They kept rescheduling this trip. My aunt was afraid that it was never going to happen. And when we finally got there, I was so happy, and I knew, and my aunt, bless her so much, she really wanted this to happen. So when I went away, it was the longest I ever been away from my husband. But before I left, I talked to my husband. I said, listen, I'm going down to, because my aunt just wanted her children, and I did children, quote unquote, because I'm like an honorary daughter. She's welcome. So she just wanted her children, like, literally involved. So I went without my husband, but it was great. I had to tell him, like, hey, I'm going down here. We're spending time together, so I won't be able to be all wrapped up in a phone or texting him every 27 seconds or however, whatever people do when they're away from each other for long periods of time, because I really wanted to take that time out, that time that we had, that block of time that we had, and really have fun, play games, talk, do whatever I wanted. I had the time to do with my family, so we can be in that moment and nowhere else. And that's how I feel about my relationship, and that's how I feel about my marriage. And I just don't want all of that extra stuff if it takes us away from each other. It's just not the kind of life that I imagine for myself. And when Brian and I first started dating, I realized that he was the same way. He values time and commitment towards each other, not towards money or big houses and flashy cars. Although I do want that purse though. Anyway, not to bore you, but I just came on here, not to really give you advice, but to tell you what I like and what I do, and hopefully that may help you. Like I said, we don't have the most perfect marriage, and we have a lot to work on and a lot to grow past. I mean, we can be things from petty to annoyances. We can be all in between. But one thing that we try not to do, like I said, is we try not to sacrifice time away from each other. We try not to yell. Like if there's an argument, we don't raise our voice or scream. And we definitely do not call each other names or demeaning things or anything. If we are upset, we like to take a time out and just take a break. Like, okay, I'm in the living room, you in the bedroom. Okay, and then we always come back. We don't sleep in separate rooms or away from each other. I don't go to my best friend. I try to keep my marriage in our bedroom. And I say that because my best friend lives here. So with her living here, I'm pretty sure she hear our little, disagreements, or she knows me. So she knows when I'm upset with Brian, and she's coming to know when Brian is upset with me. But we try, or at least I try, not to bring her in as to say, like, go in a bedroom or, go in her room and talk bad about my husband, or say, oh, Brian, get on my nerves, girl. Just last week, I'm tired of his crusty feet scraping against my legs, or whatever, whatever bad, I don't know, however bad people talk. I try not to do that. I try to keep everything in between Brian and I. So when we do come together, he can know that I am coming to him out of love. He's not being judged. He's not being, talked about behind his back, or you don't have to look for those things in within me, because I'm just not that type of person. I'm not going to jump on the phone and talk to my friend for 3 hours about what kind of how Brian not romantic in our marriage and how it gets on my nerves. I'm not about that, and I don't think that that's the way to go, especially if you're trying to plan and grow a happy family. I just don't think, like, okay, we talked about it, and Brian and I have talked about these type of things over and over and over again, and he hears me, and things change slightly, but like they still need work. But I just encourage people, especially newly married people, if you have a problem with your husband, take a time out, talk to it with your husband. And if you guys can't solve it, go to somebody that is wise, that has your best interest at heart and your husband's, and that is not biased, because all of those type of things can unravel something so small and make it bigger than it has to be, and you don't need that in your lives. So guys, I hope that information helped you. I hope that you have heard what I had to say, and I don't know, it helps you in the long run. Well, I'm out of here. As always, I love you guys. God bless, and let's get colorful.
Sea moss is an algae that is found at the bottom of the Atlantic coastlines. It contains 92 of the 102 minerals that our bodies are made up of. Including this superfood into your daily diet will help boost immune system, reduce inflammation, and help with digestive health. Sea moss also helps with skin issues such as acne, eczema, psoriasis, and dermatitis. Contact Sea Moss and Things on Instagram to see how you can add this superfood to your diet.